You may believe that holding on to hate is your way of staying strong, staying in control. You may think that if you keep that fire alive, you'll never be hurt like that again, that you're staying sharp, that you're staying guarded. But let's be brutally honest. Hating someone doesn't make you powerful. It makes you a prisoner. Hate is not armor. It's a cage. And as long as you cling to it, you are living behind emotional bars you've built with your own hands. At some point in your life, someone did you wrong. They betrayed your trust. They took you for granted. They broke something inside you. And instead of dealing with that pain, healing from it, and moving forward, you built a wall of hate to surround it. You told yourself it was strength. You convinced yourself that keeping that anger close would protect you. But deep inside, you know something's off. You know you're exhausted because hate takes energy, a lot of it. It's a 24/7 job. It makes you rehearse conversations that never happen. It keeps you up at night thinking about people who aren't even thinking about you. It distracts you in the middle of the day, pulls your focus, distorts your judgment. It hijacks your peace, your relationships, your emotional stability, and it does it subtly, so you barely notice it until it's already built a home in your heart. Think about how much of your life you've spent dwelling on someone else's actions. Think about how many times you've repeated that moment in your head. What did it do for you? Did it empower you? Or did it tighten the knot in your chest a little more each time? The truth is, hate rewinds pain, and you weren't born to live in rewind. You were born to live in forward motion. You were born to create, to lead, to love, to expand. Hate is the opposite of expansion. It shrinks your heart. It shrinks your perspective. It shrinks your capacity to receive good things. You can't see opportunity when your eyes are fixated on revenge. You can't embrace new love when your hands are full of old grudges. You can't move toward your future when your soul is still anchored to a moment of betrayal in your past. That's the damage hate does. It robs you of your ability to live fully now because it keeps you emotionally loyal to a pain that should have been left behind. And here's the kicker. Hate disguises itself as control. It makes you feel like you're taking your power back by being angry. But real control, real power is the ability to choose peace when chaos is easy. It's the ability to say, this happened to me, but it doesn't own me. It's the ability to walk away from something that broke you, not with bitterness, but with boldness, because you're too focused on your destiny to be distracted by your history. What would your life look like if you weren't carrying the emotional weight of hate? What would your thoughts sound like if they weren't cluttered with someone else's mistakes? Imagine the clarity, the creativity, the confidence you'd walk in if you finally dropped the story of pain and picked up the narrative of purpose. Because let me tell you, you're not here to be defined by wounds. You're here to be refined by them. The more hate you carry, the less space you have for growth. And growth is messy. It requires room in your heart, room in your spirit, room in your mind. Hate takes up that room. It clutters the very space where healing wants to happen. It keeps the wound open. It tells your brain, we're not done hurting yet. Okay, as long as that's your mental script, guess what? You attract more of what keeps that pain alive. You sabotage relationships. You distrust good people. You dismiss positive feedback. You expect betrayal, even where there is loyalty. You live not from your present, but from your pain. That's what hate does. It doesn't just affect how you feel about one person. It reshapes how you view the world. It taints your lens. And when your lens is tainted, even blessings look like threats. Even love looks like danger. Even peace feels suspicious. It's not just emotional, it's physical too. The stress, the tension, the anxiety. Your body reacts to hate the way it reacts to trauma. Because hate is sustained trauma. It's you choosing, consciously or unconsciously, to relive what broke you. And every time you do, your nervous system takes the hit. Your energy drains. Your resilience weakens. And your progress stalls. And let's not forget, hate isn't silent. People can feel it. You carry it in your tone and your posture and your reactions. You become defensive, closed off, reactive. The people who love you start walking on eggshells around you. The people who look up to you don't see leadership. They see tension. And worst of all, the person you used to be, the one full of life, of hope, of strength, starts fading behind the bitterness. Not because of who hurt you, but because of your decision to stay hurt. But that decision can change. Because hate is not who you are, it's who you became while trying to survive pain. But survival is not the end goal. thriving is. And thriving begins the moment you release the chains you've been dragging. Chains of grudges, chains of they owe me an apology, chains of I'll never forgive. Those chains might feel familiar, but they're not your truth. They're not your legacy. They're not your power. What is your power? Your ability to rise, to choose differently, to rewrite the story, to refuse to let your emotions be dictated by someone else's failure, to take the lessons and leave the poison. Because the minute you stop carrying hate, you start walking lighter. You start seeing clearer. You start living bolder. You stop reacting to the past and start responding to your future. You stop clenching your fists and start opening your hands, ready to receive everything you once pushed away while trying to protect your wounds. This is not about pretending you weren't hurt. This is not about denying your pain. This is about not letting your pain decide your identity. You are not your betrayal. You are not your anger. You are not the person who was broken. You are the person rebuilding, reclaiming, redefining what comes next. And that next chapter doesn't include hate. It doesn't need it. It never did.